Let's move on to race number 2, where there is a little bit more exposed form as we move into the Class 5 of the day, the Chevalier Car Dealership Handicap. And this race, 1400 metres, General Trump drops into this class for the first time. Mr Magellan is in this grade for the second time. Blinkers are back on. Superb Agility, Win-Win 33, Godspeed and Cheeky Bee all drop into Class 5. Never Better's drawn 3. He was scratched from his last intended start. Blinkers back on Majestic Endeavour. The hood off Fox Chunga. The blinkers go on to Soccer Master, and a stable change now with Chris So. Sunny Major and Lucky Storm makes up the field of 14. Now, Win-Win 33 and Majestic Endeavour are the two of the 14 available here to wager on that have been back and forth to Chunfar, and the pace looks non-existent almost.
Pretty much. Majestic Endeavour, he can potentially roll on with it here. He's got the blinkers on to do so. Regan Bayliss riding there for Casper Founds. Godspeed's got an awful draw, but Neil Callan might opt to push on with him from gate number 13. A mixed pace profile from Win-Win 33, but he's drawn better this time round. He's got gate number 1 for Vincent Ho, and Fox Chunga there with Sunny Major just behind them. Zach Purton on victorious lead at Cheek Pieces first time.
Mr Magellan's had 4 starts this season. I think I've tipped him in all 4. Yet to win, but he said 3 of them have been. He's been.
Surely
placed.
you're sticking fat here, Paul.
Of course, I have to, don't I? He's down now here in the Class 5 second start, and he's running well. He just can't get his nose in front. I thought Superb Agility, his piece of work was pretty good. Peter Ho is the trainer here. Barrier 14 for him. He's drawn a bit wide, but I think he can run pretty well. Superb Agility. Look at this. He's got absolutely no form to go on, so he's. You're doing it on a bit of trust. Now, I thought this was interesting because Laura's came out and won on Wednesday night. He's working with Win-Win 33. He's been downgraded with blinkers back on. So I thought it wasn't bad. And Win-Win 33 was ahead of Laura's in that gallop. He was the one closest to us.
There's actually some Laura's form coming out of that trial with Fantasy. Naboo Star and Laura's were in that Fantasy trial.
Yes, trials are trials and races are races, as we know, though. And Mr Magellan, although he hasn't won one yet, he has been knocking on the door for a win. Second run in the grade, good draw. Chad Schofield's had a go on him in the past, and the blinkers are back on.
And you have to take 1.8 at the moment, but he's just been backed up quite well for a win here. That's obviously just a decent bet go on. There's not too much there.
Good sign, though, Paul.
It is a very good sign. He hit the line nicely here. He gets you in again, and I've got him on top once again.
Back on the turf better?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they tried him on the all-weather. He ran OK on it, so I think he's OK. But his runs on the turf have been really good, I thought. All
right, well, Never Better is one of the opposition. Never Better. 2 wins, 18 minors, 6 fourths, 3.7 million in prize money. Drawn well, scratched from his last intended run, but his first 2 runs were good.
Yeah, he had a lame left front last time out. He's had 2 barrier trials coming into this, quite quiet trials. They were finishing back in the field, but he's a horse that gets back and runs on. If there's a slow tempo, that might not overly suit him this time round, but he's drawn well for Keith Young, and it wasn't a bad effort on this occasion. But maybe with the slow tempo, his racing style might not quite suit.
You're hard to have on a win line with the 2 wins from 51 starts.
Yes, but he's not on his own in this race, Paul.
No,
Victorious Leader. We'll focus on him with Majestic Endeavour, who's won once, and Victorious Leader still yet to win.
Yeah, no, look, he's shown his bit of form here in this last couple of starts. He ran a nice 5th, and he backed up with the second behind Blazing Partners, who didn't do too much at his next start, but look, he's got to get his chance.
I think the one thing you've got to look at here is Zach Purton has ridden 3 winners for Dennis Yip this season, and Dennis has had 4 winners in total.
Yeah.
So with him riding, it's a little sign of confidence, I would have thought.
Yeah. I think he was just beaten by 1 better on the day in the end, that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's a definite inclusion, you would think, to exotics, but surely Paul is sticking with Mr Magellan on top.
He is. So I've got with blinkers back on the turf, low draw.
Your loyalty's never been questioned, Paul.
No, he's going to get his opportunity. Win-Win 33 is one I've had a lot of time for as well, and he's now been downgraded with the blinkers on. I like that gallop. I almost dropped off him, but I like that gallop with Laura's, so he gets in there for second. Donis has been running really well this season, and Victorious Leader we just talked about. 2, 4, 5 and 9. Let's stick fat with a 2.
Yeah.
Righto, there's 5 horses dropping to Class 5, 4 of them for the first time, and I'm going with Win-Win 33 here for Ricky U. Vincent Ho. Go back and have a look at his last replay. Just forget he went round. He got checked at the 700, 500, 150. It was a shocking run for him, really, Win-Win 33. Mr Magellan, I think, certainly is a dangerous player. So too is Victorious Leader. Thought Soccer Master didn't go too badly a couple of runs ago, and even last start wasn't a bad run. He's trialled since, so 4, 2, 9 and 12.
I think this is a race for Mr Magellan, but I think General Trump, the toppy, might be a bit of value and one to include in exotics for race number 2. So that's 2 done and dusted. We've got 8 to go on this edition of Race Into Win. Stay with us. We're right back after this break.